today's webinar, Enhance Your Revit Workflows with IdeateApps. This webinar is brought to you by GrayTech. My name is Misty Scott, and I am pleased to be your moderator today. As a reminder, you can find a upcoming schedule of events, webinars, and training on our calendar at asti.com/calendar. I'm very pleased to introduce our speaker today. Rami is a technical solution specialist at GrayTech and is a seasoned engineer with expertise in BIM, CAD, and prefabricated manufacturing. Thank you so much for joining us today, Rami. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it on over to you.
Thank you very much, Misty. I greatly appreciate it.
All right.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you for taking the time to attend the IdeateApps overview. This session will be packed with information in the next hour. I am very excited to be presenting to you today. Feel free to drop any questions at the chat at any time. If you don't get to answer all of the questions, we will reach out after this session via email. This session will also be recorded so you can view it later at your own convenience. All right, so my name is Rami bin Shaida, and I am a technical solution specialist here at Ideate Software GrayTech Group. I have recently joined this amazing organization, and this will be my first presentation today on October 31st. So I feel a bit spooked out, but then nonetheless, I hope this will be a spectacular treat for you all. So anyways, I'm very happy to be here to present to you all. But I would like to briefly introduce myself before we begin. I am currently located in the Houston, Texas area. Prior to Ideate Software, I worked as a BIM manager in the construction industry. Throughout my experiences, I was very fortunate to have utilized multiple software solutions that GrayTech offers. These solutions were the key success in helping me manage and complete large construction projects through design, computer-aided manufacturing, and BIM collaboration while being on time and under budget. So I completely understand how much of an impact these solutions can transform your productivity and your organization. So if you have any questions or you would like to connect with me, I have included my LinkedIn information and email. I do really enjoy meeting people and exchanging ideas, so please do not hesitate to reach out and connect. All right, so in this webinar, we will learn how IdeateApps is capable of dramatically reducing the amount of time spent on tedious and time-consuming tasks while improving the quality of your model data and the appearance of your deliverables. Please note that IdeateApps is for all disciplines, whether you are in construction, design, or engineering. Throughout this webinar, we will discuss the capabilities of IdeateApps, including reducing user errors, spending more time on design, increasing accuracy of data management, and staying up to date with design changes. All right. So let's talk about IdeateApps. What is IdeateApps? IdeateApps is one product. This product is a collection of Revit solutions consisting of 10 productivity tools that can be utilized by all Revit users. So developed with specific tasks in mind, these Revit architecture, MEP, and structural tools are able to address the challenges identified by people that use Revit on a daily basis, such as easily renumbering elements, quickly selecting and reviewing, check project spelling, placing views on sheets, aligning views, and reviewing annotation issues, and many more. Okay, first up we have QuickSelect. So QuickSelect is a model browser. It will enable you to quickly find, select, manipulate, and zoom to elements within a Revit project, templates, or a family file. This is beneficial for anyone that uses Revit, regardless of the discipline they work with. So let's go ahead and take a look and of how QuickSelect can help you easily find elements. Okay, so it can be in a 3D view or a 2D view. Here we're going to go to level 1, and then we're going to navigate to QuickSelect here up top. Okay, and now here we see all the elements that are in the current view. We can go back to display options. We can change it to the entire project, where it's going to show us all of the elements in the project. In addition, you also have the option to search for each specific element. For example, here we're going to go ahead and look through doors. Okay. And another great thing is with QuickSelect, you can also look through instances, which is way better than Revit, where you can't do that. Okay, so we can go ahead and look through the instance or the parent view at the top of the door. You can also simply just double click on each element, and it will zoom in for you and highlight that specific element. Additionally, you can also uncheck the parent view or the parent type, and all the instances will also be selected as well, or you can unselect it and the instances will be unselected. But for example, here with the quick select open, let's say I want to change this double door to a single door. I quickly go back to properties, and we can change it to a single door. As you see here, the changes were implemented in the current view and also in our quick select browser. Additionally, down here in the pane window, if you click on each element, it's going to show you the category, the family type, the ID, etc. And this was one of the features that we just released with our latest version. Okay, we're going to go ahead now and clear the selection of doors. And let's say next I want to go ahead and look at CAD imports. And again, this is something that you can do with Revit by itself, is to basically browse through CAD import. All right, so if you see here, we do see there's a door detail, DWG, that was imported, but there's two of those, so they kind of look funny. Okay, the first one looks good. It's on a detail sheet. Let's go ahead and click on the second one. Okay, the second one tells us that it is hidden in view. So it's telling us would we like to temporarily view it? So we're going to go ahead and hit yes. And quick select will enable the reveal hidden elements. Okay, and it's also going to open that view for us. So as we see here, this DWG, it is a door detail, and it is imported to a site plan. So we can tell that this was probably done by mistake. We can simply just select it and delete it. Simple as that. Okay. Now, if you look at our quick select browser, it is deleted. It is no longer there. We can also go back to our site plan and make sure that it is not there as well. Great. Okay, so that is not there. So basically, QuickSelect is a non-modal window, which means that it will allow you to interact with your model and properties, Revit model, etc., while QuickSelect is still open, giving you the opportunity and the freedom to do whatever you would like without being locked out. All right, the next option we're going to show is basically just by drawing a box. If you like to work a lot with your current window, we can simply just select all the elements in our current window. And for example, here we're going to go back to display, current selection, and these are all the elements that we just selected with that box that are in that specific area. And with that, you can also go to your browser, quick select browser. You can unselect elements, and it will also unselect it in the current selection, current window as well. And also, similarly, you can go to the instances again. If you double click on each specific one, it will zoom in and highlight that specific element for you. And also, like I said, you can look at the pane window and it gives you the type, the name, the level created by, etc. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to our entire project again, where we see all the elements. And another cool method is you can right click on each specific element and select by category. And again, you can draw another box in your current window, and it will select only that door that you selected. So for example, here, let's go back to our current selection, and we can see all the elements in that we just selected with that box in our current window. And again, these are all the instances. Again, you can just double click and it will zoom in and show you that specific door. Yep. All right. So As we have just seen, I really believe that there is no better way that will enable you to basically select lines, revisions, texts, view references, dimensions, or how to select elements such as CAD imports that are not visible. With QuickSelect, you can be sure that you are saving time, and it is much easier for you to navigate through your Revit model. Okay, now we move on to our second tool, the IdeateApps ReNumber. This is a very easy to use and simple tool that takes the stress out of manual renumbering tasks. Some of those examples may include like wasting time and making human errors or numbering doors, rooms, equipment, and sheet detail numbers manually. In this example, we are going to be looking at renumbering rooms, and then we're going to renumber doors. Okay, we simply, let's go ahead and navigate to renumber. Let's set the rules to rooms, level prefix to 3, create new path, and we're going to select path by vertex. All right, so we're going to go ahead through each unit, and we're going to place a vertex in each unit, and we're going to go in the order that we would like. Okay, once that is done, it is going to show us a result of all the units that were numbered. Let's say I want to go ahead and ignore the staircases. Simply just select them and check the box element is ignored. All right, if we zoom in here, we're going to see that all the elements or the units are selected, starting with the number 3 because that was the level that we just placed. Okay, now we're going to go back to and push that parameter to our doors, and we're going to select our doors, and here we basically auto number the doors. Okay, so for example, here we see all the doors that are numbered. Let's say I don't want to include that door in the staircase. I can simply just select it and ignore it. All right, so if we zoom in here to our window, we see that all the doors are numbered. For example, 3001A, 3001B, which matches, or as we push that parameter to our doors, it basically matches the unit, the doors matches the units that each unit is in. Okay, so in conclusion, with the renumbering tool, it allows you to renumber elements through multiple methods, such as selection, path, or auto update renumbering. So you can also create and save customized renumbering rules that fits your standards. Okay, the renumber tool works in the schedules view as well. So to take advantage of this feature, utilize sorting and filtering in the schedule views first. This can be used to concatenate parameters and push them into another value. As you can see, there are a variety of ways to renumber elements, such as by manually selecting, again, by selecting elements, path, crossing, or vertex, or auto renumbering by view. Renumbering rules are customizable and can be shared among your teams. All right, so here is one smart, cool solution, the Ideate SmartDelete. And I think the majority of Revit users would probably agree as well. Revit just doesn't give you a second chance to review your deletion set and preview what else will be deleted before it happens. When you delete that link or that ceiling, you're not really certain that you are only deleting that selected element. So if you delete improperly, Revit mode deletion will impact liability and your project schedule. So let's go ahead and take a look on how it works. Okay, for this example, we're gonna use Idea Explorer to see the warnings. For this example here, we see that there are elements that are instances that are placed in the same place. All right, so we could do, we can simply just right click, and we also have the option to retain the latest or the originals. But for this example, before we do any of that or delete anything, we're going to go ahead to SmartDelete. And here we're going to see those instances that were placed in the same spot. So we can go through each one here, and you can see the ones that are kind of graded out. If you look at our pane window, it says that there are no dependents there. So these are the ones that are safe to delete. However, when we go back here, for example, if we select on the bolded ones, it's saying that there is a dependence, which is a dimension. So we do not want to delete anything that has a dependent, so it would not interfere with the model or mess anything up. And again, if you look at the pane window, it's also going to show you the category, the ID, the family type, etc. All right, so now that we know which ones to delete, we went ahead and deleted it. And as you can see, those warnings of similar instances are gone. So as we had just seen, it is basically a liability for us to not know what is being deleted. So we need to avoid accidental deletions of any 2D or 3D model elements with SmartDelete. All right, so this is one of my favorite tools. It is the Ideate XRay. Once you start using it, you will probably wonder how did you not have this before? From personal experience, I can probably also guarantee that you will not be able to not have it again. This is because there are not only 50 unique visibility conditions, but also a hierarchy, which this tool enables you to learn about it and resolve it. All right, so here in this demonstration, we're gonna search for a sink. We know there's a sink here, but it is missing. So we're gonna go ahead and go to Ideate XRay, and we're gonna select the first model to search by crossing for the 3D elements, and we simply just draw a box here. Okay, and we know we're looking for a sink, so we're gonna go to the category, plumbing fixture, select that sink. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and look for that plumbing fixture, and it is that sink, and we're gonna say search. All right, so here it is giving us some of those conditions, and it's basically telling us why we have to follow step by step. We have to do it in order, otherwise it will not show. So first we're gonna go through the first condition, and it is telling us that the workset X- is closed. So we simply just click show me, and it's gonna take us to the workset, toggle it to yes. Okay, now it is open. Now we go to the second one. The second one is telling us that the template is hidden by category. And if you read also, it also tells us, but before you do anything, the template XRay controls the visibility graphics. So if you click show me, this one is going to be grayed out because the template is driven by Ideate XRay. So we simply go back to properties, go to XRay, and we search for that category. And there it is. We turn it on and hit OK. All right. Now, once that is done, again, we go in order. Now we're going to go to our last, and this one is telling us that the element visibility has been overhidden in the selected view. So we simply just click fix, and we're going to say fix only. There it is, and there it goes, and the sink is now shown. All right, so as we have just seen, looking for hidden elements is really not a good use of the BIM manager's time, because we'll basically not allow him to do or manage or high detail stuff instead of just looking for hidden elements within our model. So a great way to save time and to not to only to understand, but to also fix the visibility, the hidden elements. All right, so the next tool is Ideate Spell Check. Ideate Spell Check checks the spelling in all views, legends, schedules, and sheets. It also lets you define the range of views to check the spelling compared to Revit, which is only limited to checking one active sheet at a time. So it is really not a good practice to avoid and skip spelling errors that can contribute to miscommunications, and it also produces a lack of confidence by your customers. So let's go ahead and run through an example. We're going to open Ideate Spell Check, and these are all the methods. You can check sheets in a view, check all schedules. For this example, we're going to do is check selected. We're going to go ahead and select views, legends, schedules, and sheets, and we're going to go ahead and select OK. And there it is, just like that. It basically ran through all of our text, and you can either add it to the dictionary, add it to the customized Revit dictionary, or you can ignore all. or you can simply just change the text that you would like. Also, you also have the, let's say if you want to look for that location of that text, you can just click on zoom to elements and it will go ahead and open that view for you and zoom in to it. You also have the option to save that report, and it's basically going to tell you when it was generated, the date, the time, and it's also going to show you the number of sheets selected, the number of views checked, number of schedules checked, etc. And you can save this for your own preferences, or you can share it even with your team. All right, let's talk a bit about annotations. So from my experiences, managing annotations is one of the most unproductive, tedious, and boring tasks that you could be stuck spending hours on and still have a high probability of not fixing all of those issues. Luckily, with Ideate Annotate, it is designed to improve the quality of your Revit documentation, whether if it's finding a blank tag, avoiding annotation clashes, or batch tagging using smart rules. Annotate will help you ensure the legibility of your Revit tags, text, dimensions, and other annotative elements. Okay, so let's go ahead and run through an Ideate Annotate demonstration. As we can see here, we already have it open. And then we're going to browse through the annotation classes. For example, here, we're going to double click on this window tag, and it's going to zoom in and select it for us. And we simply just grab it and move it so it doesn't clash with other text to make it easily legible. Okay. And similarly, we can go to blank tags. So for example, here we're going to go to a wall tag, double click, and we see here this tag is blank. It doesn't have anything in it. So we can either delete unwanted annotations, simply just toggle to that wizard up top, the X, and delete it. And next, we're going to go ahead to elevation marks with no elevations. And we can dismiss the issues that are not critical by simply going to that wizard again, the yellow triangle up top. And lastly, we're going to go to not visible. The tags that are not visible. Again, we double click on it. And we also have integrated the Ideate XRay wizard into Ideate Annotate. So we simply just click that. And again, we follow the steps as we have just talked about recently, and it's going to show you all the steps and the conditions of why it's hidden. And you simply just follow the steps, and it will allow you to make that element visible. All right. Additionally, let's take a look at the align and distribute feature within Ideate Annotate. All right, so here's a demonstration. Let's go ahead and see how we can filter and select only what we would like to align, for example, or distribute. Okay, we simply go to Ideate Annotate, and then we go to filter and change to align and distribute. All right, we're going to go ahead and select all the texts. We can distribute. We also have the option to select our settings and put vertical spacing on there. We can distribute top down or vice versa. And lastly, we can align. First, we can, we can check the text is. So first, this last option is we can align all of the text. So first, let's go ahead and say align to the text. And there it is. And basically, the alignment is aligning the text within the text bounding box because of the settings that we have just selected. So very easy and simple to use. All right, the second feature within Ideate Annotate is the tag feature. So where you can automate tagging elements based on sophisticated filtering selections that best fits your standards, as well as we all know by now, the Revit Tag All option does not give us the ability to tag within a specific criteria and only applies to one view at a time. But with the tag feature, you can automate tagging elements by using customizable rules. where it will basically allow you to batch tag only elements that are selected by that rule. When tagging, you also have the option to include elements in all open views. So you can tag across multiple views and tag elements from a linked model as well. Okay, and here we see how we can customize those rules. This will basically select elements to tag based on the parameter values and assigns the appropriate tag family to use and determines the tag positioning and orientation. So for example, in this example, we see how we can set a filter to select units that are bigger than 70 square feet. So this is just one of the many options and filters that are available for you to use based on your standards or whatever you would like to select. Okay, so here is an example of how it would look like if you use the Revit tag all option. We'll basically just place tags on all the beams, and there's no choice. There's only one choice for tag, and only one choice for your position and orientations, and it just kind of places them for you automatically. However, with Ideate Annotate Tag Future, we have the ability to tag or ignore certain columns as seen here on this screenshot. Additionally, we are able to edit the tags and place them in a different position as well. All right, so let's go ahead and run through an example. So we're going to tag all open views. So first we go to the tag option, and we're going to go to the room and ignore small. And we're going to check these blocks, include all elements in open views. Okay, so we see they're all selected, and we're going to go ahead and hit a tag. And if we zoom in, we see that all the views were easily selected. All right, the next video we're going to look at is it's going to show us how we can tag casework. For example, here we have our upper and lower cabinets. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and check casework as our rule. We're gonna check for select uppers and lowers, hit tag, and if we zoom in, we see that our cabinets are tagged. Okay, next we're gonna see how we can tag the linked models. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and check the box, include elements from linked files. We're gonna check our rule as room, and again, include all elements in all open views, and you simply just hit add tag. And let's go ahead and then zoom in, and simple as that, both are tagged. And here we're going to see how we can tag multiple views on one sheet. Okay, so we already have, we're going to remove existing tags. We have box, casework, upper and lower checked. And we zoom in, we see that they're all tagged. All right, so an awesome way, save you time, and you're always going to get accurate and precise results every single time. All right, so this is a very powerful tool. So this tool is called the Ideate Sheet Manager. This is for anyone that is involved in sheet management and performs tasks, including such as managing sheets, aligning views, cloning sheets, and creating views. All right, so let's go ahead and run through an example. First, let's go ahead to our 2D. As we see here, our level 1, it has a left building zone and right building zone. And what we want to do is basically duplicate those views and apply them as dependents to other levels, right? So let's go ahead and select those views to duplicate. And we're going to go ahead and select all levels from level 2 to R3. All right, so we see all the views that were created, and we also have the option to rename them. Let's go ahead, let's say I don't like the word zone. I'm just going to replace the zone with area. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and say create, done. And if we go to our levels, we see that those the left building and the right building are also applied to those parent views as well. Okay, now we're going to go back to our sheet manager. We can see here on the left is views and on the right is sheets. Now we're going to create a sheet from create a new sheet, and we're going to select our sheet IAP, and let's go ahead and give it a name. And we're also going to give it a sheet number of A160. We're going to also give it a name, second floor left building area. And as you can see it here, and we're simply just going to go ahead and grab some of those views and simply just drag them and place them into the sheet itself. All right, simple as that. And let's go. I want to go ahead and place another sticky Phillips cargo. Simply just grab it and paste it, or you can simply just we're going to go ahead and include the south elevation. Simply also just grab it and select it. We go to our sheets, and you can rearrange it to whatever you would like. These are all the views that we basically just created in the sheet. And you also, let's go ahead and add another view. Just right click, copy, and go to the sheet, right click and paste. And there it is. Now we're going to go ahead and clone this sheet for the third floor. We have a sheet for the second floor, and we want to clone one and make a third floor sheet. So we simply just, on the new sheet, we're going to select our views. Okay, I want to keep the sticky Phillips cargo, similarly the elevation and the left building area. Once that is done, we gave it the number, the name. We're going to hit OK. And there it is. So it's simply just cloned and copied a new sheet. Now we have the second floor sheet, third floor sheet. And as you go back and forth, we can see that all the views are perfectly aligned. But let's say this view moved, or the title had gotten moved, and the second level sheet and the third level sheet are no longer aligned, as we see here. This is easy to fix. We can simply just go back to Ideate Align, and we're going to go ahead to the second floor, and we're going to align the second floor views to the third level. All right, so we simply select what we'd like to align it to, and now we go to south elevation again and align it to the south elevation on the third floor sheet, and hit OK. And let's go ahead and look now if it's aligned. Yep, and as you can see, they're perfectly aligned, the second floor level and the third floor level. All right, so basically, the sheet manager is a must-have for anyone who wants to find, open, or arrange sheets or views. In addition, you can drop multiple views at once, move views from sheet to sheet, and control viewport types. So a great way to manage all of your sheets. All right. Last but not least, we have the Ideate View Creator, which gives you the ability to batch create multiple Revit views while complying with company-established BIM standards. This tool automates both the view naming and view property settings, which helps you to avoid errors from average or new users. So with this tool, basically majority or anyone in the team can safely create views through the use of a rule-based system that meets your BIM standards. All right, so we briefly, so this is actually one of the improvements and enhancements that we have just released in our latest version. The view creator no longer needs to have an existing view. So you simply just select create from scratch. And again, this is a new feature that we just added in the latest release. And this also just showing you the create sheet options is available for all methods. Okay, so we briefly touched earlier on the view creator, but now we're going to go ahead and look in detail for the view creator. Okay, so let's go ahead and create some views. First, we're going to go ahead and navigate to the view creator here up top. Okay, and now these are all the methods that it's showing us. We can create from scratch, views to levels, duplicate views, or apply dependents, or room views. For this example, we're going to go ahead and select this create from scratch option, and it's going to select. It's going to tell us to select the family and type, and we're going to go ahead and select the view template. As you can see here, we have all the view templates that are in our model. And for this example, we're going to go ahead and select the architectural plan for complete views, floor plan, and we're going to select a destination level. And let's do it from level 2 to level 5. All right, select the scope box for view overall. And here it's going to go ahead and create those views. And should text, there it is. And again, we also have the option to replace the naming. Let's go ahead and replace the overall with complete and hit replace. As you can see here, the changes are implemented and it's all levels, level 2 through 5. And create sheets. We can create a title block. Let's go ahead and pick the first one, IAP. And we also have the option to clone sheet. But let's go ahead and give the starting number for this sheet. Let's call it A160. And we're going to go ahead and hit create. And now it is placing all of those views on the sheet and creating the sheets for us. And there it is. These are all the sheets that were created. We're going to go ahead and hit OK, and it's automatically going to open that sheet for us. And let's go back to our sheet manager. And we can see all of the sheets that were created. Level 2, level 3, 4, and 5. All right. And let's say I want to go ahead and select all of these sheets. We can simply just select one and hit Shift, and we can select all of these sheets and right click and hit rename. Okay. And we can go ahead and select the first one and right click, and we're going to say renumber down, and it's going to renumber all renumber down in sequence. And this is also one of the new features within the sheet manager rename feature. All right, if you see here, all the changes implemented, as you can see, 101, 102, etc. All right, as we can see here, View Creator is very easy to use and very convenient, and especially with the renumbering tool. I know that if you do that manually, it would take you a lot of time. All right. Lastly, thank you all for spending your time with me today. Would also like to talk about who we are as a company. If you're not familiar with us, we are so much more than just a software, our software. We are known for our extensive online help system, including product documentation, workflow topics, and educational videos. We're also supporting and updating our software on the latest 4 releases of Revit, and that is 2022 through 2025. Our solutions across Revit versions are similar as possible, and we are now supporting our software solutions in 7 languages across the globe and recently added Korean, and we have customers in almost every geographic region. We have a fantastic technical team that's eager to help, and we also have an ROI calculators for our tools on our websites as well. So please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Again, so you can either reach out to us through our online help, which is www.ideatesoftware.com, and you can also, that's the website. You can also reach out to us at support@ideatesoftware.com. So if you have any questions, please reach out at any time. We would love to answer those questions and connect with you.